Okay, Assalamu alaikum to everybody who's here. We are now officially going to start, and we will start as with every auspicious event with a few lines from the holiest of the holiest books. We will have the Qiraat by Emina Zaira Jamshir, and the translation will be done by Zoha Shajin. So I'm going to first invite Emina.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم ينتهي لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع نادية سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العظيم.
Okay, so the translation will be given by Zoha Shajin.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Zoha Zainab Shajin from Nottingham. I will be reading the meaning of Surah Alaq. In the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. Read, in the name of your Lord who has created you. He has created man from a clinging form. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who has taught by the pen. He has taught man which he knew not. Nay, verily man does transgress, because he considers himself self-sufficient. Surely unto your Lord is the return. Have you seen him who prevents a slave when he prays? Tell me if he is on the guidance or enjoys piety. Tell me if he denies and turns away. Knows he not that Allah does see? Nay, if he seizes not, we will catch him by the forelock, a lying, sinful forelock. Then let him call upon his counsel. We will call out the gods of hell. Nay, do not obey him. Fall prostrate and draw near to Allah. Sadqullah al-Azim.
Thank you very, very much for that. So my name is Naeem Badiuzzaman. I am a volunteer with a group called StriveUK. We are a British Muslim group, and we do a lot of events that have something interesting for both kids and for adults. And I would like to bring your attention to some of the things that we can do today. What will happen at the Sibghah, the literary festival that we are organizing today? As you know, you will have workshops on how not just to write better stories that you already do really well, but also make you think about what more can you do with these stories. Because sometimes it's not just that your stories are nice to hear, but you can actually change the lives of people who hear your stories. And this is your opportunity. So we've got some really, really exciting sessions by some very, very cool authors who are here with us today. You will be seeing them. You'll be hearing a lot more from them. And now we will start with the proceedings. I'm going to now invite the big boss, Zara Mohammed, to please come over and inaugurate our session today and declare it open. A big round of applause, guys. You took a big picture.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So who's here to have lots of fun? Way. Well, first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, I want to say congratulations to StriveUK and officially inaugurate and open the door to this wonderful literary festival. Shall we give it a big round of applause? Now, Brother Naim talked about stories. Who here likes to write stories? Has anybody heard of me before? Has anybody heard of the Big Boss? Some of you see me on maybe TikTok or YouTube. So, I wanted to share very shortly a little bit about my story, because my story is you could say it's a little bit unusual. As you can see, I'm quite small, a bit like some of the ladies here, yeah? So, if you can imagine, 3 years ago, someone like me was elected to be the first ever woman, Scottish person, I hope you can hear my accent, but also the first ever, the youngest person ever to be the boss of an organization that's 25 years old. Yeah, I know, crazy, wow. This one's for the, and if you can imagine, when I was elected, not only was I small and young and Scottish, but I was the youngest person in the organization and the boss. So I had to give all the orders. Who likes taking orders? Yeah, not many people like taking orders. Who likes giving orders? We got any bossy boots in the house? So one thing that I had to learn was how to tell people my story. And as Naim said, stories can change how people feel about you. So I never said to people, not everyone, that I was the boss, but I said to people, and we're going to be quiet a little bit. What I said to people was, my story is about creating a change, because I think young people should be at the front. I think we needed more girl bosses. Do ladies agree? I think we do. We definitely need more girl bosses. But also, we kind of need less old people telling us what to do. And I hope I don't get into trouble by the parents for saying that. So one thing that I wanted to share with you all is that when you look at my social media, I've been in the past 2 days, I was in Leeds for a conference. I went up to Edinburgh Castle for an Eid party with the First Minister. Yesterday I was in London for a business awards, and today I'm here with all of you celebrating this book festival. And the reason I share that with you is, being elected in this role, I've been far and wide. I got to go to the United Nations in New York. I've been to Italy to speak at conferences. If you know, I got featured in Vogue, no big deal. I get to meet young and old. But the reason that I share that with you is, when I was your age, there was no one like me. When I was your age, I never saw young Muslim females on TV that looked like me, that had a Scottish accent. I didn't know what I could do in the future, and I definitely didn't think I was a leader. I just thought that's impossible. And so what Allah taught me about my story is that all of us can do great things. You just have to imagine the impossible. And as you're writing your stories, remember that Allah in His mercy can grant you absolutely anything. But also, you're so powerful. You need to think about the change that you can make. And don't limit yourself. And I'm going to give you 3 pieces of quick advice, yeah? Because I think these are like the must-haves for the Secretary General. So you're all going to have to take part in this, yeah? So the first one, and I'm going to ask you a question, is, do you like yourself? Should we get a hand? Who likes themselves? Yeah? Okay, other people are working it, the boys are working on it. Okay, you can all develop, no worries. So one thing that I learned is, no one's going to follow you. No one's going to follow your leadership if you don't like who you are. How do you like yourself? You're going to learn more about who you are, what's important to you. So first of all is like yourself. The second one's really important. Has anybody got any cheerleaders in their lives? You need to surround yourself with people who like you too. Yeah? Do we all have some good friends? Do we have friends? Yeah? And this is a pretty good room for some good friends. So the second lesson I learned was you need to be around people who tell you, you can do it, you're amazing, and I support you. I had a lot of people in my life telling me, Zara, why not? Why can't you? And I said, oh my God, you're crazy. Who's going to elect me? And then the third piece of advice, and this is all about what we're here today to do, which is about having faith and remembering in your heart that when you don't like yourself and when you haven't got friends, your best friend is taking care of you, and that's Allah. So no matter what happens in your life, you can always count on the fact that Allah is surrounding you with angels, He's taking care of you, and He's reminding you that no matter what happens in this world, you're very much loved. And we all do love each other, don't we? So on behalf of the Muslim Council of Britain, as the Secretary General, I officially inaugurate this literary festival, and I congratulate you all for your attendance, and I look forward to the rest of the program. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very, very much, Zara, for those lovely words. She made an important point about telling stories, and I'd like to introduce you to someone who, at Strive, all of us considered a dear friend, but who sadly is not with us anymore. I would like to introduce you to a few visuals of our dearest friend, Shaheed Dr. Rifat, who was killed by an Israeli airstrike, and sadly, his nation continues to be suffering the onslaught and the genocide that's happening at the moment. We will now play a few minutes to learn more about this amazing man who helped tell the stories of many people like you. And hopefully today, we will be the ones that will carry the stories forward and tell everybody that we know. So we will now play it on the screens. I invite you to take in and to learn.
Stories are also important in our lives as Palestinians, as people under occupation, as native peoples on this land, not only because they make us, they shape us, they make us the people we are.
If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale.
I'm going to ask everyone to say as loud as you can, Ameen. That he is given Jannah. That we are also given Jannah. That our parents are also given Jannah. And that we continue to take the message forward. I am now going to invite, and this will be the last item of the inauguration ceremony, a Palestine song by Asya Sagir, who is now going to come on stage as Sharna makes arrangements with the AV. There will be a song. You will see the translation on the screen. Asya, a big round of applause.
Flash of white light lit up the sky over Gaza tonight. People running for cover, not knowing whether they're dead or alive. They came with their tanks and their planes, with ravaging fiery flames, and nothing remains, just a voice rising up in the smoky haze. We will not go down in the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirits will never die. We will not go down in Gaza tonight. Women and children alike, murdered and massacred night after night, while the so-called leaders of countries afar debated on who's wrong or right. But their powerless words were in vain, and the bombs fell down like acid rain. But through the tears and the blood and the pain, you can still hear that voice through the smoky haze. We will not go down in the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirits will never die. We will not go down in Gaza tonight. We will not go down in the night without a fight. You can burn up our mosques and our homes and our schools, but our spirits will never die. We will not go down in the night without a fight. We will not go down in Gaza tonight.
So what I'm going to ask everybody is, please, please, do not leave the premises. Do not leave the building, because we need you to be here for everything that's going on today. We've lined up quite a special group of authors for you to meet and to chat, and also importantly to learn and be inspired by. But on behalf on Strive, that will be all for the inaugural function, and I would like to thank every single one of you. What will happen now is that those from 8 to 12 will remain here, and those from 13 above will move on to the next room. So let's first give a big round of applause to our special big boss who's come to join us today. Thank you so very much for your words. Thank you very much. And to our blessed parents who are joined, and very, very, very in particular, our authors who have joined us today. Thank you so very much for being with us. We really look forward to speaking with you and to spending time with you. Thank you very much for today.